Hello everyone, and welcome back to my review channel. And today I'm going on with the classic horror movie collection. And today I am doing the movie Creature from the Haunted Sea. Creature from the Haunted Sea. Now I'm going to try to keep a straight face while I look at myself in the screen and see that I have this dreadful facial hair. I did this as a joke, and I think it's funny as hell, so I'm going to do this one video with this facial hair, or whatever, and then you won't ever see this on my face again. It's just funny for me to look at, so. Anyways, Creature from the Haunted Sea. This is directed by Roger Corman. This is part of his movies. Black and white, 1961. This is only an hour-long movie. This was only 63 minutes. Reading about this movie, basically Roger Corman was making one movie, and I can't remember what set it was on, but he took a lot, since it didn't finish, he took a lot of what that movie was and put it in this movie. So, and he wrote like a script around what he could use film-wise and put it in this. So this was basically a joke to begin with, just because he had film that he couldn't use, so he tried to use it. This is a horror, but it's also a comedy. More of a comedy than a horror. I think it was more of a comedy even back then than a horror film. But anyways, directed by Roger Corman. And International Movie Database gave this a 3.1. And Rotten Tomatoes didn't have it rated, of course, but with 23% of the audience liking it. Not bad. Go ahead and start this. Starts off, you're in Cuba. You're in Cuba on the island. Man is getting his shoe shines and cleaned, and the shiner slips a note in the man's sock. The man walks up and steps up. Man steps up and walks up some steps, and all of a sudden he hears a gunshot, and he turns around and sees the man that handed him the note dead, lying on the ground, and you see two lone gunmen, or can't be two lone gunmen, two gunmen shot him from like behind the scenes, and you get to see the gunmen. This causes a chase scene because the gunmen ran out after the guy that walked away. He's able to evade the men, and this is when he starts to narrate. This is Agent XK-150. He narrates this whole film. So he's the narrator of this whole film. Whenever he explains everything through the background. This is again, more of a comedy part because he's a master of disguise, but he puts on this terribly fake mustache. And he just walks to where he needs to be. The note basically was like, he read the note, it was like a bar. It was like Santo, I wrote it down, Santo Ingo Dom Bar, I guess, but he walked to a bar, I don't know what it meant, but he walked to a bar, and met up with another agent there. It was just funny to see him put on this fake mustache, terribly fake mustache. But they did it on purpose because it's just a humor effect. So he goes to the bar where the other agent is, and he's waiting. Agent XK-120. They talk, then he leaves, and then roll credits. The credits are really cartoony, like Rocky Bullwinkle, and the Pink Panther cartoon kind of. Cartoon vibe to it. It's just old school cartoon vibe in these credits. Now, after the credits, back in Cuba, U.S. agents, plus this guy Renzo and Cuban officials gather in the woods. Cuban can give up U.S. agents some gold from the treasury from Cuba treasury to hold onto. They're doing this weird, hold on to my gold, you're a U.S. Agents kind of thing. I'm trying to understand it. I just don't. But it's Cuban officials trying to hold on to his gold, and they give it to the Renzo and his gang, which they think to be U.S. officials, but they're not. Now, this is like in the middle of the night, and they put this strong box of gold inside Renzo and his Renzo in Renzo's car with the Cuban treasury from the Cuban treasury, and a bunch of other Cuban militia, I can only guess, sees this and they give chase down this road. So, but the U.S. agents get away, and get away clear back to their boat and sail away. Now, on the boat is Renzo, which is the head leader of this gang. Agent XK-150, the guy we saw in the beginning of the movie. He's like planted inside because he doesn't, he's trying to get Renzo and the treasury and everything. He's the only guy that's officially part of the U.S. Agency. Renzo's girlfriend's Marybelle, and others with the Cuban officer. Probably, let me see, others. Well, I'll get back to that. He has like Marybelle's brothers with him. Jack, what's his name? Happy Jack Monahan, and like the first mate is like Renzo's first mate is also on. What's his name? Peterson Jr. Agent Edge XK-150 is on the snoop on Renzo and his gang. That's why he's there. So one night, Renzo kills one Cuban shipmate. He blames it on a fictional creature from the sea so they can change course for his own plans, basically to steal the treasure, steal the gold that's in the strongbox. But real creature is aboard and kills another shipmate. The real creature that he literally just made up, the real creature climbs aboard and just like kills one Cuban guy all of a sudden. Now, it goes in this, like right before this part, the agent narrates this whole, explains to everybody on the boat, and Peterson Jr. is like comical effect because it explains his backstory, but basically all he does in the film is make animal noises of different animals. And he did that for so long, it just like blew his brains out. Or like, he didn't literally blow his brains out, but he was making animal sounds for a living, and he did it for so long, it kind of just like snapped, and now like he's just a stupid fool that makes animal sounds. And so there is also a Cuban general on this boat with them. I guess he's supposed to make sure the treasure is safe, strongbox is safe. So they do have like Cuban general plus militia on board this yacht boat. Renzo and his gang with Cuban General decide where to go and decide to go back to Puerto Rico. Renzo purposely runs boat into a reef to get gold out of the boat. And while everyone is in a panic, the creature pulls one man down into the ocean. Others are in a little boat, gets to a shore. And the strongbox just kind of like floats to the bottom of not the sea, but they're close to shore, so it floats to the bottom of the reefs. On the island, Renzo makes preparations to get the strong box of gold and to hide it for himself. Agent XK-150 gets in touch with other agent over the phone, and this comical bit with how he has to get like a phone line from the yacht, tie wires together, and like a tin cup and something for an antenna. Again, more comical bit. After a while, Renzo and some of his men go diving off another yacht to find a strong box of gold. While underwater, Renzo and his gang kill a couple of Cubans just to blame it on the creature. Get everybody riled up, blame it on the creature. Back ashore, Happy Jack gets a love interest. What's her name? Mango. Gets a love interest just to have her killed by the creature while they are out on a swim in the sea, or a swim in the ocean, right off the reefs. So he gets a love interest just to have her ripped away by the creature. Renzo, this is happening. Renzo dives again and finds a strong box himself, and he hides it under like a rubble of this old boat, which was basically where it was at to begin with. He just kind of moved it a little bit. which I kind of trying to understand how he was able to pick up this box by himself underwater with no help. He just lifts a little bit, like nudges it over. Anyways, but great effect, because like a few of these divers actually have shorts on and no t-shirts, so it wasn't supposed to be funny, but that was hilarious. That's hilarious stuff. He comes up, but he dives again with the general and some of the militia, Cuban militia. The general finds his treasure underneath the rubble, and just to get ambushed by Renzo and his gang while underwater. There is quite a lot of underwater scenes in here. But there is quite a lot of underwater scenes. So they kill the general, and Happy Jack is alone when he sees the creature and tries to fight it itself and loses. So now, it's kind of funny because he just goes limp when he's grabbed by the creature. So that's pretty funny. After this, Agent XK-150 and his love interest, oh my god, Carmelita? Like, he got a love interest, like, halfway through this film from something. So the agent and his love interest and Renzo and Marybelle are on this yacht with the general and the militia and, Peterson and his love interest girl. So they're all on the boat, back aboard the yacht, when the creature comes out of the ocean and grabs Marybelle and fights off the militia himself. Now, let me see. So yeah, the creature grabs Marybelle, pretty much kills her, drags her down, and the militia comes out from under the boat, very like comedy style. It kind of made me laugh, like it was a car full of clowns. They would just come out real quick with their guns. So this doesn't stop the creature. The creature fights them off. Renzo flees on one boat, while Agent XK-150 and Carmelita flee on another boat, and they both go ashore. Peterson tries to fight the creature, but gets tossed aside. And his love interest, Rosina, she jumps off the boat and swims ashore. She jumps ship, as it were. And the creature walks him to the beach and grabs Renzo. It kind of just like goes right into his eye. That's all you really see. He comes for Renzo, goes right, and then nothing, black screen. So you pretty much assume he kills Renzo. And it concludes with Agent XK-150 and Carmelita arm in arm, in love, and the creature has the gold underwater. It was just, that's pretty much the end of the movie. A couple funny things is like Renzo's chest hair that's always out, and he always has like a couple buttons loose and open, so you always see that big patch of like chest hair. And also, like, all the underwater scenes with the creature is hilarious because it's obviously a big guy in a suit, and you get to see all these bubbles just like coming out of the suit all the time. Every underwater scene with this monster is really funny to see all that. But there's that. So let's just see what our next movie is going to be. Very quickly. Let me see. Alright, wow. This night. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, this is going to be fun next week. 1934 is the year this one's out, so it's probably going to be a silent film. Can't wait. But this was Creature from the Haunted Sea, directed by Roger Corman. It was fun to watch. Oh yeah, there's a scene from this that will, if you ever watch a Malcolm in the Middle TV series, it's way off now. But this is the scene where it's like the intro of Malcolm in the Middle. There's a scene from this movie that's in the intro to that TV show, so it's pretty fun. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys again real soon.